What I want to talk about first is that Strange Planet is now fully robust. So you might come in thinking there's hundreds of these comics, and I have this book in my hand now. This is a very robust and filled out thing, but it really doesn't start that way. And any idea that you're coming around to is just going to start with one germ, one seed. So one of the first rules I try to tell people about creativity that I follow is first ball in. When my dad and I were shooting the basketball as a kid, he might say, let's see how many free throws out of 10 you can hit. But we're going to do first ball in. And if you've ever done any kind of sports, that means essentially you don't start counting until you make one. And that's it. That's where the best thing you can do with creativity. And you want to do a comic series, do a first ball in. Don't think of a robust universe with a lot of ideas and then dump it on everyone. Instead, think of a good comic, one of your comics that's good, and actually move from there and start from that good comic and move on to the universe starting from that one good comic. So a really good example of first ball in is Dofflock Bones. This was a January character that I came up with, and it was a dolphin detective. Essentially, I know what you're thinking. Why haven't I heard of this? It should be famous. It really isn't. The Dofflock Bones is not very famous, but I came up with it in January, and I had one good comic, and people who follow me on Instagram said, you should do more of Dofflock. Dofflock is funny. Dofflock has a squid assistant named Flotsam. There's opportunity here for people to laugh about the dolphin. Essentially, Dofflock Bones is doing solving fisheries mysteries, and so this fish is talking about how there's a stalker, and every time it goes to the window, the stalker appears, and then the Dofflock says most fish don't understand mirrors, and so this was all about how dolphins are smarter than everyone else in the sea, and so everyone said you should do more of this. You should do more of Dofflock Bones, and I said, okay, I absolutely will, and so I did 2, and that was it. That's all I could think of. And so that's the idea when you do first ball in. It's not always going to work, but the very best concept you can come up with is all right, at least start with something that is an idea that you can build on.